So this is your video for starting to strengthen your pelvic floor, but also keeping in consideration that we really want to make sure we're doing appropriate lengthening of the pelvic floor or relaxation of the pelvic floor. So this is meant to be a guide. You can play around with it a little bit, progress yourself if you feel you need to, or back off if you feel you need to. And if you have any questions, you can email me at movebewellphysio@gmail.com. So what I'd like you to start to do is on all fours to work on the posterior pelvic floor relaxation based on your presentation. So starting in all fours, we're going to connect to the reverse Kegel breath here. I want you to find neutral pelvis, so just doing a couple of cat-cows here. So finding neutral spine and just bringing that tailbone up slightly there. We're going to breathe in and let it go. So just connecting to the pelvic floor at the base of the coccyx. In quadruped, you can start to bring the knees a little wide if it's comfortable to do so. On your next inhale, we're going to start rocking backwards. And then exhale up. Now you can stay back in a child's pose position or continue to rock with me here. Breathing in, relaxing pelvic floor, and coming back. Ideally, you don't want to go too far back that your pelvis is coming underneath you. You really want to stop right before she starts to move, and then up. Now, after doing a couple of these, you can start to integrate the full piston, which is the breath relaxation, followed by the activation of the pelvic floor. So how it would look in quadruped is inhaling down, exhale, activate up, inhale down, exhale, activate up, inhale down, exhale, activate up. In terms of repetitions, I would do about twice as many relaxations for that one as activations. A guideline would be to do 10 relaxations followed by 5 full pistons. Okay? After doing that series, I want you to lie on your back. And we're going to be working with rotation of the hips. So first, just like in quadruped rocking, I want you to connect to relaxation. Breathing in, reverse Kegel, relaxing the pelvic floor. Just like in quadruped, you can stay in this position with pillows underneath the legs if you feel you can relax your pelvic floor in this position easier, or you can integrate it with the breath. And close. You can come up here and breathe open and close if you feel you can relax the pelvic floor more effectively with the legs off the ground. It really depends on the person. I find I can get a better relaxation with my feet on the ground. My personal preference is pillows underneath my legs, but it really depends on what you feel you can connect with the pelvic floor. After doing about 5 to 10 of these, we're going to start to activate the full piston for strengthening. So you would breathe in, you'd exhale, activate pelvic floor, come back up. Great. Now, in terms of making this a little bit harder, you can just stay with this, but this is a pretty easy exercise. Based on our session, I feel that you're able to handle a breath in to relax the pelvic floor, then an exhale, activate, exhale through movement here. So breathe in at neutral, exhale, activate through movement. Now what you want to avoid doing is flattening the back here. We want to keep the back a little bit lifted, but we don't want it to pop up, and we don't want rocking of the hips. So in terms of how many of these, you could do 5 to 10 per side. It really depends on control. If you're able to get to 10 to 15 repetitions, no problems. What I would recommend to make this harder is having both legs up, okay, and then dropping one hip down at a time. That's slightly harder. Breathing in, exhale, activate, and back up. You may find by the time you see me next time in a month, you're able to actually straighten the legs up and then drop out to the side. My core is not strong enough for this, but that would be the next progression of this exercise. Finally, the last series I want you to do follows the same premise as the first two series, starting with relaxation, following with strengthening. So for this one, we're working in this plane. Okay, so for the relaxation piece, you're going to grab a leg, straighten the other leg, breathing in reverse Kegel, pull the knee towards the chest as you breathe in, exhale, relax. Breathing in, exhale, relax. Do a couple more here, breathing in, exhale, relax. Breathing in, exhale, relax. Now you can repeat this on the other side. You can also bring both legs up again and breathe in, exhale, relax, just like the other one where you're bringing the legs out. Okay? Now for strengthening, the most basic version of this is exhale. Well, first you breathe in, of course, then exhale, leg comes up and leg comes down through the exhale. Breathe in. Full piston, activate pelvic floor, come up and down. Making sure not to grip through too much through rectus abdominis here. You're really lifting from pelvic floor up. To make this harder, you can breathe in. Exhale, activate, one leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, activate, second leg up. And then bring one leg down at a time. Again, breathe in. Exhale, pelvic floor, coming up, starting with the other leg this time. Breathe in. Exhale, up. So the same premise applies in terms of repetitions. If you're doing the most basic one, 5 to 10 reps per side. If you're doing the harder one, okay, looking at 5 reps total, working up to 10. Now, if you can do 10 lifts like